A senior White House economic advisor confirmed late this week that January Social Security payments and benefit adjustments are now fully locked in, and what happens starting December 31st will directly affect millions of Americans heading into the new year. This information is already finalized behind the scenes, and what I'm about to explain has been confirmed through federal coordination. If you receive Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or survivor benefits, this is information you cannot afford to miss because it directly impacts when your money arrives, how much you receive, and whether additional payments apply to you. This is not speculation. This is not rumor. This is confirmed information tied to official Social Security processing timelines. Now here's why December 31st matters so much. That date marks the final processing window before January benefit payments are released. Anything finalized at this point directly affects your upcoming deposits. That includes cost of living adjustments, Medicare deductions, benefit recalculations, and in some cases, eligibility for additional payments. Many people assume these things happen automatically and evenly, but that is not how the system works. Small timing differences can create big financial consequences if you're not paying attention. If you receive Social Security retirement benefits, SSI, SSDI, or survivor benefits, this update applies to you. Let's walk through exactly what is happening and why it matters. The Social Security Administration organizes January payments based on a structured schedule that depends on when you first started receiving benefits and your birth date. This schedule does not change often, but the impact of each payment does change depending on cost of living adjustments, Medicare deductions, and eligibility factors. If you started receiving Social Security benefits before May 1997, your payment is issued on the 3rd of the month. For January, that means your payment arrives on January 3rd. This group includes many long-term retirees and survivor beneficiaries. For everyone else who began receiving benefits after May 1997, payments are distributed based on birth date. If you were born between the 1st and the 10th of the month, your payment arrives on the second Wednesday, which is January 8th. If your birthday falls between the 11th and the 20th, your payment arrives on January 15th. And if you were born between the 21st and the 31st, your payment arrives on January 22nd. This schedule applies to Social Security retirement, disability, and survivor benefits. SSI works differently. Supplemental security income is paid on the 1st of each month, unless that day falls on a weekend or federal holiday. Because of how the calendar falls this year, many SSI recipients received their January payment at the end of December. That is not an extra payment. It is simply an early deposit. Your next payment will arrive in February unless the calendar causes another adjustment. This is one of the most common areas of confusion, and it's one reason so many people think something is wrong when it's actually working exactly as designed. Now let's talk about the actual money amounts, because this is where things start to matter. For 2025, Social Security benefits include a cost of living adjustment of approximately 2.5%. That increase began with January payments. For someone receiving the average retirement benefit of around $1,976, that increase adds roughly $48 per month. Over a full year, that adds up to more than $500. However, that is the gross increase, not necessarily what you see deposited. Many people have Medicare Part B premiums deducted directly from their Social Security checks. For 2025, the standard Part B premium increased to $185 per month. That increase absorbs a portion of the cost of living adjustment. So while your gross benefit may rise by around $48, your net increase after Medicare may be closer to $30 to $35 per month. This is where confusion often starts. People hear about a cost of living increase and expect a larger deposit, then feel disappointed when the net change is smaller. That does not mean something went wrong. It means deductions were applied as required. For those receiving Social Security disability insurance, the average monthly payment is around $1,542. For supplemental security income, the maximum federal benefit for an individual in 2025 is $943, with higher amounts possible in states that provide supplemental payments. Now let's talk about stimulus payments, because this is where misinformation spreads quickly. There is currently no nationwide federal stimulus check approved for all Americans like during the pandemic years. However, that does not mean no payments exist at all. Some states are issuing their own relief payments using surplus funds or targeted assistance programs. These vary widely by state and eligibility rules. If you live in a state offering one of these programs, you may receive additional payments. These are not issued by Social Security, but may still appear in your account around the same time, which causes confusion. Always verify the source of any deposit. There are also targeted federal payments for specific groups, including veterans, low-income households, and people receiving certain forms of assistance. These are not universal and require eligibility. Now here's something extremely important. Scammers are aggressively targeting people right now. They know confusion is high. They know people are expecting payments. They send fake messages, emails, and phone calls claiming to be from Social Security or the Treasury. The Social Security Administration will never call you demanding information, never threaten arrest, and never ask for payment over the phone. If you receive such a call, hang up immediately. If you are unsure whether a message is legitimate, contact Social Security directly using the official phone number or your online account. Now let's talk about what to do if your payment does not arrive when expected. First, wait one full business day. Banks sometimes process deposits later in the day or the next morning. If your payment still has not arrived, contact your bank to confirm whether a deposit is pending. If nothing shows up, then contact the Social Security Administration. They can trace the payment and correct any issue. If you recently applied for benefits, initial processing can take several months. That is normal. Once approved, payments follow the regular schedule. Direct deposit remains the safest and fastest way to receive benefits. If you are still receiving paper checks, you should strongly consider switching to direct deposit or the Direct Express card to avoid delays or theft. Now, let's talk about working while receiving benefits. If you are under full retirement age, there are earnings limits. In 2025, you can earn up to $23,040 before benefits are reduced. For every $2 earned above that limit, $1 is withheld. In the year you reach full retirement age, the limit increases significantly. And once you reach full retirement age, there is no earnings limit at all. This catches many people off guard, especially those returning to work part-time. Understanding this rule can prevent unexpected reductions. For married couples, each person receives their own payment based on their own record or spousal benefits. Payments are scheduled based on each individual's birth date. Survivor benefits follow their own rules and may begin as early as age 60 or 50 if disabled. If your spouse has passed away, you may be eligible for survivor benefits, equal to up to 100% of their benefit amount if you wait until full retirement age. These benefits do not start automatically. You must apply. Now let's address something many people worry about: but rarely understand clearly. If your Social Security benefit increases, it does not automatically disqualify you from other programs. However, income-based programs such as supplemental nutrition assistance or Medicaid may be affected depending on your total income. Each program has different thresholds, and some adjust annually to reflect cost of living changes. If you receive assistance beyond Social Security, it's important to review how changes affect your eligibility so you can plan ahead. Now let's talk about why December 31st matters so much. This is the final processing window before January payments begin. It is when records are finalized, calculations are locked in, and notifications are sent. What you receive now sets the tone for your financial year. This is why opening your mail, reviewing your notices, and verifying your information is critical. These letters are not routine paperwork. They are your official confirmation of what you will receive and when. If something looks wrong, act quickly. Errors are much easier to fix early than months later. If you have an online Social Security account, you can check your benefit details anytime. This is one of the best tools available to protect yourself and stay informed. For those without internet access, phone and in-person assistance remain available, though wait times can be long during this season. As we move into the new year, remember this: Social Security is not a handout. It is a benefit you earned through decades of work and contributions. You have every right to understand it fully and receive every dollar you're entitled to. Staying informed is the best protection you have. If this explanation helped you understand what's happening with your January payments, consider sharing it with someone who might need it. Many people are confused right now, and a little clarity can go a long way. I'll continue to monitor updates closely and share verified information as soon as it becomes available. The goal is simple: to help you protect your income, avoid surprises, and move into the new year with confidence and clarity. Stay informed, stay calm, and remember, you're not navigating this alone.